Hello everyone. I feel like I need to do a little update because there's lots going on at the moment, and I want to share it as I go so it doesn't all build up. But I've decided to move out of my one bed place here in Hove. Yes, I've only been here 6 months, but it feels really right. I've got a calling and I'm going to follow it. It's never wrong. But yeah, basically the last sort of 7 or 8 months of me being back here in the England have just been heavily focused on integration, taking everything that I've learnt over the last 3 years and really learning how to put that in place. And it's meant me taking quite a few big steps back and reaffirming what I do really want and who I really am, who I truly am, and what my true calling is. And a big part of that was I kind of got stuck in the mindset that I want to be a writer because that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm writing for a big travel company and it's reliable, it's bringing me in a salary, it's a normalish job that people accept. But the entire time I've been doing it, it's just been niggling at me that it's not fulfilling me completely. I love doing the creative side of it and I'm so grateful for it because I get to work from home and it gives me flexibility and freedom to pick my hours when I want to work. It's been the perfect thing for me and I've been so grateful for it, but it's not my calling. And I've been trying to figure out what my calling is, and I've realised that we can't really figure that out. It's about allowing life to unfold and seeing what comes in. And as you know, last weekend I went and did another medicine ceremony. I've been working extensively with plant medicines for the last 3 years now, and sat in ayahuasca ceremonies many times. I won't give you a number because I just think that's stupid and it's got nothing to do with how many times, but I've worked with it a great deal and it's been one of the biggest catalysts for my self-development and the transformations and changes in my life. And last weekend really was a different kind of ceremony than I've ever experienced before. And the reason I feel that is because it wasn't really about me, this ceremony. I connected in with oneness. Like, it's the first time I can really truly say I have an understanding of what oneness and unity really truly is. I believe I experienced it, and it shifted something within me that has made me see life from now an even bigger, completely different perspective, whereby I really truly do want to help others on this healing journey as a guide, because it's something that I've been doing intensively for the last 3 years now, and I feel like I've finally reached a point where I've sat in my darkness and with my darkness so much that I can help others to see theirs and how they can work through it. But in order for me to do that, this mushroom ceremony that I did last weekend gave me clarity on something that I've been kind of sitting on the fence about for a long time. And that is doing a master plant dieta in South America. And I knew after this ceremony it's something that I need to do. So I am going to Peru in February to sit with the shaman and do a master plant dieta. And that will basically involve 10 days straight of working with the plant medicines. I'll be staying in a cabana on my own in the forest. I'll be part of a group, but the cabana is isolated in the forest, so I'll be away from everyone, fasting every day with like just a small diet, I think, of plantain or whatever. And each day we work really intensively with different plants. There'll be 5 ayahuasca ceremonies, so I'll be doing lots more journeying with the ayahuasca, but the everyday kind of work with the master plants helps you to sort of tune in to the spirit of the plant and what it can bring, the healing it can bring, the lessons it can bring. And this kind of work will really help me to connect in with this kind of technology, this kind of spirit world, and hopefully help others who choose to work with these plants for their own self-development needs. The aim of the game is, for me, really, this is where I really feel my calling lies now, is to help people with the integration and the preparation of working with psychedelics for self-development purposes. because I really think integration is well and truly understated. It wasn't, I mean, it was kind of pointed out to me in my first and second ayahuasca ceremonies, but all the other ones after that, I slowly began to realize that, you know, you may have profound realizations and memories and epiphanies on these ayahuasca ceremonies and other plant medicine ceremonies. It may feel like you've had 20 years of psychotherapy in one night, but it's then integrating that into everyday life. And we are habitual creatures with habit patterns that have gone on for generations, and it's not easy to just suddenly change overnight. It is a gradual process of breaking down, and with ayahuasca particularly, there can be the darkness that ensues. You know, you go through phases of what feels like it's a crisis because you're questioning who you are. And people might get lost in those suicidal thoughts and feelings or the darkness. But what it really is, as I've said in the past, is that's where the magic lies, because you're experiencing ego deaths, you're experiencing death of the old self. And for many of us, I think we can get lost in that and think, what the fuck is going on? Or why did I take these plant medicines? They've ruined everything. No, that's exactly what they've come to do, is to help bring your truth to you. And we're there to ride through the waves. And I kind of feel as though, you know, it would have been great for me back in the day to have had support or guidance that would have helped me see through those experiences, so that I hadn't got so bogged down by them. And I'll share the vlogs at some point. I do have some vlogs where I'm really sharing my sorrow and sadness, because I was really lost and confused with what was going on with me. But it was a healing crisis, and it was beautiful, because now when I look back on it, I see really what was happening, and it was just a big process of letting go. And I just couldn't let go of who I was and who I needed and who I wanted and all of this kind of stuff. But
what more do I need to change about myself and my environment, who I am, where I'm going, to make it so that I can just be in one place, happy?
The more you surrender, the more you become in alignment with what is truly for you, what you truly deserve. And I'm really feeling that now. I have had so many things coming into my life that are in alignment with my true calling and my true path. And I feel like I'm now finally beginning to realise and see where all this work is taking me. And it's not your standard average, you know, idea of what a job might be. And it might, you know, seem like it's going to be difficult to get there or whatever, but I just know I'll get there if I just make some sacrifices, which is why I'm moving out of this flat and I'm choosing to do this Dieta work, because I know it starts with me. If I want to teach, if I want to guide anyone, then I need to experience even more of whatever I need to see or go through in my own life in order to help provide support for others. No amount of books, podcasts, courses or teachers can teach me what I've seen and what I've learned through the experiences of plant medicines. They've brought me to the true essence of myself and helped shine a light on why I've lived the life experiences that I've had, why I've experienced the trauma that I've had, why I've experienced everything in my life and been connected to the people that I've had in my life, all for a reason, to show me that my story is then here to help others. It continues to unravel, and I'm still sort of in the transition phase with it all. But as much as people be like, oh my God, she's on the move again, I'm coming back. I am coming back. I know that England is where this work needs to be done. It's reconnected me to my roots, my home roots. And now I feel a lot more secure and certain of which direction I want to go. But it means that I need to continue doing work with the plants first. So I'm off to Peru. I'm making some sacrifices, big sacrifices in order to do it. And then I'll come back to England for another summer and hopefully get my roots back in the ground and start doing what I truly want to do, which is helping to support people that want to take this path and work with the medicines so that they can really find their truth and work through their darkness and hopefully, you know, find their own true path and calling. Just a bit of light work, you know.